Welcome to the Elite Life with Trisha and Kylie. This is where we'll teach you how to develop grit, give yourself grace, and succeed in real estate. So let's dive in.
Welcome, friends, to another episode of the Elite Life Podcast. I'm Trish, and with me, as always, is Kylie.
That's me.
That's you. And today we're going to break down why now is a great time to start investing in real estate.
Okay. Before you turn this off, this is not a sales pitch. I feel like so many of our listeners would be like, yeah, you're real estate agents, so of course you're going to tell me it's a great time to spend money. But that makes us experts is what it does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep, absolutely.
So there seems to be this huge misconception about what it takes to get started in investing in real estate. And with the mainstream news and social media just screaming nonstop that it's a terrible market, I can understand how some people out there might have that perspective. There's a lot of people, though, missing out on great opportunities because they're listening to all that crap over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a perfect example, which is my friend Sam.
Story time.
Story time. So my friend Sam, we went to grade school together. I've known Sam. Him and my brother went to first grade.
You knew each other that long.
Yeah, Jacob and Sam were in first grade together. So when we came to St. John's Lutheran Elementary School way back in the Dizzy, the year that me and my family came, the Lukes came, which is Sam. And Sam has brothers, Matthew, Sam, Andrew, James, and then he has two sisters, Catherine and Rachel. And me and Rachel were in the same grade.
Beautiful Christian names, by the way. Point that out.
Me and Rachel were in the same grade. Alana and Catherine were in the same grade. And Jacob and Sam were in the same grade.
Aww.
And then here's the funniest part. Later on, when my mom got pregnant with Nikki, like way down the road, his mom got pregnant with James, so Nikki and James were in the same grade.
Stop it.
Right. And I was in high school when Nikki was born. So you're talking about like a 14-year difference, and it still coincided like that.
All right. So here we go.
Anyways, so the whole point is
Sam's story.
Sam has been buying properties with me for years and years now, but just this year. So while I was in Jamaica, which was last August, I was in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Andy found him a property in Wayne. Well, I found it. I texted it to him. He's like, yeah, I want to go see this house. We closed on it. He bought this house in Wayne for $60,000. $60,000 house in Wayne, right? Two friends could go in on that, or you could get financing to be able to purchase
there's a lot of really cool
$60,000 one.
out there.
He dropped $35,000 in work in it, so we're up to $95,000. I listed it last night for $169,500, and I guarantee you we will have a highest and best situation today because I already have multiple showings on it. So he's about to make $100,000. Right? No, less than that. My math is not good. He bought it for $60,000. He put
That
$35,000.
Catholic
That's
schooling
$95,000.
They're not going to sponsor our show now.
$50,000, half that. Still a lot of money.
That's a whole hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, he's going to make $50,000 off of it,
Boom.
right? Today.
Done.
No problem. Maybe even more than that if we go above asking price, which we likely will, right? But minimum, he's making his $50,000. Yeah. So, and what did it take him? A few months of work. He even said, he goes, I would have had this done way earlier had I blah, 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 right? It was the holidays, whatever. Same guy, right? We closed last week on him buying a house in Westland, which was originally listed for $160,000 through HUD. He's like, I'm not going to pay that. I was like, let's wait. I guarantee that price comes down. Price drops to like $135,000. He's like, most I would want to offer is $129,000. I'm like, it's HUD. Let's just throw it in. We threw in an offer for $129,000. HUD come back and said, we want $131,000. We got it for $131,000. He's going to end up reselling that same house for probably $225,000, or what his plan is to hold it as a rental, and he'll make $1,800 a month residual on that house. $1,800 a month just coming in. All he has to do is run in there, paint, flooring, pop a couple cabinets in, call it a day, right? So he has all of this residual income, passive income, houses making him money. You can't make money off the stock market right now. You can make $50,000 off the real estate market in a couple months. Come on, people. This is a no-brainer, right?
Right, for sure. I've got an investor. I started working with my first year of real estate, and I found him because I was doing an investor seminar teaching people how to get started with my property management background and basically gave them all the ins and outs, right? If you're interested in that, give me a holler, 248-795-1905.
Not a sales plug.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. All right. He's been waiting, and he's like, yes, now's the time. His other properties, he's got all those in a row, and he's ready to go, and I'm so excited for the next addition to his portfolio. It's going to be great.
Yeah, so let's look at the facts, guys. Here's the facts. The things social media won't tell you. Facts. Right now, there's less buyers in the market, which means less competition for you when it comes to finding a good fit for your portfolio. Hence why every time I put in an offer for Sam, it's getting accepted because there aren't a lot of buyers and investors right now because they all are listening to Facebook and Instagram saying it's not a good time to buy. Right. Well, keep not buying because that just makes more houses my clients could buy.
Yeah, for sure. It also means that like we're in a place where buyers have more leverage. Like you just shared like what happened with Sam in that house. There are less of them. So, we're not seeing these crazy, ridiculous cash offers like we were seeing a little bit ago with, what got me was the unlimited appraisal gaps.
Mm-hmm.
That was bananas. I'm like, you don't know what that number could be.
Blank check,
man, blank check. So we're not seeing that. We are seeing more reasonable, realistic transactions happening.
Yeah, and people are playing it safe, and that goes for sellers and for renters, regardless of what's happening in the economy. We are in a season right now of people just safety, right? Like I feel like ever since COVID, the word safe has been used. I was just thinking about that yesterday. Like everybody does everything safely. We're not going to drive on the roads because they're ice. We're not going to go out when we have a runny nose because you're going to make other people sick. We're not going to buy houses right now because who knows what'll happen with the interest rates, right? Like everybody wants to be really safe, and there's nothing wrong with being really safe. I'm not saying that. But
Trisha's the queen of calculated decisions here.
No matter what's happening in the economy or what season it is for real estate, people are always gonna need housing. And for most people, especially right now, it's easier to get approved for a rental than it is to get approved for a mortgage. So if you're buying houses as investments, you're going to have tons and tons of people who want to rent those houses.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Nobody wants to live in their car.
Good qualified people, not just like Joe Schmo off of Craigslist who has a credit score of 3.
Yeah, no, the last house that I tenanted, which was 3 weeks ago, it was for a woman and her son. They were relocating here to play hockey in Troy. And I got them a house in Troy. She had 700 FICO scores. Her husband's had 700 FICO scores. And they made $17,000 a month in income. And they're leasing because they don't want to purchase right now here because they still have a house down south. So she's leasing here. He's staying down there. And that landlord's going to make $2,000 a month off of the rental in Troy.
So I did hear from Deanne that there are some new programs out for investors who maybe have a few properties, maybe 2 or 3, and want to expand. So the financing is great right now too. I mean, if you can't come in and drop cash, I mean, I've got another investor who's got a little bit of cash, but he needs more cash. And so he's working with one of the new programs that have come out for property owners, for landlords.
Yeah, I have somebody who called me off at Instagram, same thing. He and one of his friends, like he owns a condo, he's renting that out. His friend owns a condo in the same space. He's renting that one out. And so they were like, oh, we want to buy one together and we want to utilize financing for that. So I know Greg's helping them with that too. So yeah, multiple options for mortgages if you want to be an investor again and get that residual monthly income. It's almost like having a secondary side hustle that you don't have to do anything with, especially if you're getting condos, because all that exterior work and upkeep is done by the association. So literally you have nothing that you have to do. Like these guys are getting brand new condos that have been built 2020 and ahead. So they're just collecting money every month. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
Absolutely. And, sellers seem to be playing it safe too. I've seen them more open to accepting what I would call creative offers. Those might not come in right at list price, but can still be super attractive. So, I mean, like, you hear a lot of like, oh, I can't get an offer accepted. Oh, I can't get an offer accepted. Why can't your agent get your offer accepted?
Because they're not writing good offers and they need mystarsacademy.com.
Another shameless plug. I set you up for it.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that like rental rates right now are at an all-time high, like you were just talking about, because we do have a low inventory. A house that maybe 3 or 4 years ago could get $1,200 can now get 18.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, not in all areas. That is not like a blanket statement.
Well, I would say it's a blanket statement. The rental rates have went up in every single city.
I was just saying those specific numbers.
Yeah.
Because somebody on YouTube is going to be like, well, you can't go to Hawaii for $1,100.
Well, shout out to our trolls on YouTube. The funny thing about that is, though, yesterday I had listed my new listing over in Wayne, and some guy was like, they're asking way too much for Wayne County. And I just had it yesterday. And I responded, and I'm like, actually, this is a very low price for Wayne County. The average sold price in Wayne County, according to the MLS for realtors that takes actual sold data in, is $205,000, and this is listed at $169,500. And like everybody's like, yeah, I sold mine in Westland for this. Like everybody's like backing me up, and then he comes back and he's like, since when did Wayne County values go up? I'm like, every single year since 2016, and every single person in the Facebook planet was like, yeah, John, you know nothing. They keep going up. I'm like,
get out of here, John.
Right. And that's the thing, like, don't be a troll about stuff you don't know about. And it's real estate especially. People think that they know because they heard something random, and they don't.
Or because their dad bought a house 10 years ago.
Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, for absolute 100% fact, there are 0 cities in the Tri-County area of Michigan that have decreased in value in the last 5 years. Values have continuously went up. And right now, they are still slowly eking up. There has been no plummet, and there's probably not going to be a plummet unless something catastrophic happens or mortgage lenders start doing crazy stuff. But anyways, I don't want to forget the next one, which is tax write-offs. Another big reason why my very smart investors keep buying properties is their tax write-offs, right? And we just finished up tax season when this episode's going to be coming out. And here's the thing, like all of those repairs and renovations you do to the property, it's a tax write-off. Depreciation on your property, it's a tax write-off. Disclaimer, I am not an accountant. Please see your accountant for official rules and details. But I do know the taxes you pay are a write-off. If you are getting financing for a loan for the property, the points that you pay are a write-off. The tax prorations that you pay are a write-off. All of those things are write-offs. So again, you're going to get some great tax incentives for purchasing properties and using them as rental properties, or even your flips. You're going to go ahead and you can take the money that you made on one flip and you can flip it into another property. You can do exchanges. There's tons and tons of great options to create passive income, or to create nice big chunks of money that you pop into your IRA, or to just keep buying properties like Sam and your investor do.
Yeah, and I mean, the whole point of building a portfolio is to make the money.
I don't know what just happened there.
I don't know.
But
my coffee, that was like the last spurt of energy from my coffee. I'm now empty again.
They've always said, right? Home ownership is the American dream.
Is it? I thought that the American dream was doing nothing and getting paid for it.
It's the same thing.
Oh, same, but
same
different.
Thing.
All right, cool.
Same, but different. America.
But as in anything, there is a strategy to making this fruitful. And step one is having a plan. So the investment plan is going to be different for you than it is for someone else out there, because everyone's goals are different. Everyone's resources, abilities, and dreams are all different. So that's why it's important to, I guess, here comes another shameless plug. We'd love to chat with you about that. It's important to talk to someone who knows what the hell they're talking about. So get with a lender, get with a realtor. If you don't have a realtor, you can call us. Just in case you missed it last time, our telephone number is 248-795-1905. It's my personal line.
I'm glad this episode wasn't a sales pitch.
It's not. Yeah. We're just stating facts here. That is factually my telephone number, and I factually can tell you things that you want to know about investing.
Yeah, because you coach and help investors, right?
That's what we do. That is what we do. All right. So, tell them what their homework is, T.
Our homework for this week is, kids, call Kylie and figure out how you're going to get your hands on your first investment home.
Please do not miss out on the opportunities that this current real estate market is offering people. You will be sad. I mean, and even if you don't think you can, like, just like I tell my buyers, I've run into so many buyers lately who have called asking for rentals. And I'm like, why aren't you buying? And they're like, I can't. And I'm like, but why? And they're like, my credit score, my income, blah, 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 whatever. And it's like, oh, I don't have a down payment. It's like, let me tell you, friend, I have good news. I have good news for you. People are so surprised at what they're able to get their hands on as far as financing. So do the things, people. Jump in.
And come back next week for another episode of the Elite Life Podcast with me and Kylie.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can subscribe to this show, right, Trish?
Yeah.
You can subscribe, and that way you won't miss anything else.
You don't want to miss this.
You don't want to miss this, rambling from two chickens in a hen coop. All right, come back next week. Goodbye.
Buy real estate.
We thank you so much for joining us today on the Elite Live with Trish and Kylie. Be sure to share the episode with a friend so we can continue bringing you more great tips on grit, grace, and real estate. You can also connect with us on Instagram, Facebook. We hope the ideas we share continue to help you build an empire and leave a legacy.